In last video, I promised you to talk about sleeping and sleeping hacks. Why is good sleeping crucial for our good overall health? Our body and brain repair broken cells mostly in the night when we sleep. How do we feel the next day mostly depends on the day and the night before. When we don't sleep well, we are tired and we are stressed. And we typically try to get missing energy from mostly unhealthy and processed food. This is not just a general fact. I can tell you from my own experience, anytime I didn't get enough sleep, I tend to get food with a lot of sugar and calories, such as soda, energy drinks, sweets, fast foods, etc. Let me ask you, do you think you sleep well? Here are the signs that you don't. How long does it take you to fall asleep? You should fall asleep within 20 minutes, but no longer than 45 minutes after you go to sleep. How many times do you wake up in the night? 1 time is normal, 2 to 3 times is acceptable. More than 3 times in the night is not really normal. Do you wake up rested? Ideally, you should wake up well rested and full of energy. If you feel tired, sleepy in the morning, that's the sign that you did not sleep well or enough. Do you need alarm to wake up? If you build healthy sleeping pattern, your internal system will typically wake you up at the same time every day. Here are the important tips and hacks for better sleep. Number 1. Sleeping schedule. Build a regular sleeping schedule when you wake up and go to sleep at the same time every day if possible. Number 2. Limit exposure to light at night. A few hours before you go to sleep, avoid exposure to light as much as possible. I know this might sound crazy to you, but let me explain. Our brain cannot recognize what kind of light we are exposed to and when we are exposed to light. That's a signal for our brain to keep us awake. On the other hand, when we decrease exposure to light a few hours before we go to sleep, our brain starts release the hormone melatonin, which make us sleepy and help us fall asleep. Here are a few hacks. First, I am using these orange glasses that block blue light from both light and altering devices, and I typically wear them 2-3 hours before bedtime. Second, I typically go to sleep at 11 p.m. and 2 hours before I try to stop the use of electronic devices. Guys, no TikTok, Instagram stories, the only thing allowed are my YouTube shorts. Third, in order to avoid exposure to light, I have a routine that 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, I go to bed and read some book with my orange glasses, and I'm just using a small little table lamp next to me. Try this and you will see how quickly you will fall asleep. Number 3. Avoid stress. I know this is sometimes difficult, but if you're stressed during the day and especially before bedtime, our body produces hormone cortisol, which keeps us awake and we cannot sleep. What is the hack? Guys, don't stress, life is too short. Number 4. Avoid alcohol a few hours before going to bed. I used to drink a lot of beer every night because I love beer. There are 2 problems with alcohol. First, most alcohol contains carbs, specifically sugars, that increase our blood sugar level, which leads to worse sleep. Second, alcohol dehydrates our body and we feel thirsty in the night, which might wake us up and disturb our sleep. Here is the hack. If you need your beer or drink every day, it is ideal to drink it during the dinner, no later than after 6 to 7 p.m. if you go to bed, let's say at 11 p.m. Number 5. Limit your coffee to the first half of your day. Let's use me as example. I wake up between 6 to 7 a.m. and I go to bed at 11 p.m. I try to drink my last coffee or another caffeinated drink after lunch. Do you remember when I mentioned stress hormone cortisol? The main reason is that caffeine increases level of the hormone cortisol, which keep us awake and we cannot get quality sleep. Number 6. Do not eat a few hours before bedtime, especially carbs. I will discuss this point more in the other videos when we will talk about eating glucose and sugar. But for today, it is generally good advice to have last meal at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. I mentioned do not eat carbs, especially at the night. The reason is simple. When you eat carbs and food with sugars, this increases your level of blood sugar, which leads to poor sleep, and additionally, you might wake up hungry in the middle of night. Here is a hack. To avoid these midnight snacks, I try to avoid or decrease amount of carbs for dinner, and instead I eat a lot of veggies with protein and fats, which do not increase the level of blood sugar. Number 7. Try to get some exercise daily. If you can, do some exercise every day. It definitely helps you to get better sleep, but you should avoid exercising a few hours before you're going to bed. Number 8. Decrease temperature in your bedroom at night. If you wake up in the middle of night feeling hot or sweaty, this might interrupt your sleeping. Then try lower your temperature in your bedroom close to 70 degrees Fahrenheit or any temperature that is comfortable for you. The points I covered today are all important for better sleep, especially point number 1 about light exposure at night. At the same time, it's very important for us to get light during the day, which I will explain in the next video when I will talk about our internal clocks, also known as circadian rhythm. See you soon, guys.